Yes, Paul, quite a fluid and dynamic situation here. You can just see over my shoulder, Donard, the smoke still billowing over the top of that mountain. It's my understanding at this stage there's around 40 firefighters trying to bring that blaze under control. A short distance away, a same number of officers are dealing with a gorse fire on Silent Valley. Well, this is the command centre here. Now, you'll probably see there's a lot of fire trucks behind me. They're not much good because they can't access those very remote areas. And what's happening up there is pretty much work by hand. These fire officers are using spades and shovels to try to bring these gorse fires under control. We spent some time on Donard earlier.
Going up to the top of the mountain.
Ascending Slieve Donard, you get a sense of how remote these wildfires are. Here we see the only line of defence.
Is that a path there?
Firefighters who've had little rest for days. Can you put into words the last 72 hours?
Challenging. Since Thursday until midnight last night, Fire and Rescue Control Centre received over 990 calls. We responded to over 500 incidents. 146 of those were related to wildfires. So very challenging for our crews, working in very arduous conditions.
On Saturday night, a major incident was declared near Hilltown with homes evacuated. This afternoon's operation on Donard was escalated. Oil well crews dealt with another fire in Silent Valley. You've been here before, we've been here before. How does what you're dealing with at the minute compare to previous years?
All these wildfires are very significant. The challenge that we have here is it's getting water up. It's virtually impossible. To give you a bit of an idea, if we were to leave here now on foot, it would take us roughly about 2 hours to get up to the scene of operations. We're using all-wheel drive vehicles to get our crews as close as we can, but even when they get up there, then they have to track on foot for at least 40 minutes till they get to the scene of operations. And as you can imagine, the fire is moving up there, so as the fire is progressing, they're having to chase it.
Looking ahead to the next few hours, the next few days, what are your concerns?
Well, our concerns are that the weather's not going to change, and as much as everybody loves to see the nice weather, from a fire service perspective, we'd be praying for a bit of rain here. That'll take a wee bit of pressure off us. But the forecast is that this is going to last well into the week. We believe temperatures are going to rise, so the conditions underfoot are not really going to change. And if we do have people out setting fires deliberately, that's going to put a pressure on the resource.
You've been very clear, you believe most of these are being started deliberately. The reality is, these are your teams you're sending up there. How frustrated are you by the people behind these types of actions?
The challenge that we have here is these fires are very resource intensive. Whenever we have to deploy this amount of firefighters to these scenes, we're taking them away from local towns and local communities.
The fear now, more fires and a greater stretch on resources needed to save lives elsewhere. And we have spent most of the day here, and that rotation of crews has really not abated. This is very physical work these crews are doing, and my understanding is that some of those fire officers we saw up there at around lunchtime had been working since 3 a.m. this morning up on Slieve Donard. Well, also in County Down this evening is the Environment Minister, Andrew Muir. He's meeting with some people who have been impacted by these gorse fires. Earlier he was in the Assembly, and his appeal to those who are behind these wildfires is to wise up.
We're facing a very serious situation here, and if these fires don't stop, I really worry that lives are going to be lost. I'm working within my department, I'm working with the Health Minister. There's a cross-departmental, statutory, joined-up approach in relation to this, and it's really important, I say to everyone across Northern Ireland, knock it on the head, stop these fires.
And as we heard from the area commander earlier, this really does soak up so much resource for the Fire and Rescue Service. Now, the Minister, Andrew Muir, made a number of commitments today in the Assembly, and the MP for South Down, Chris Hanser, said he's going to be holding the Minister to account.
So I note today the Agriculture and Environment Minister, Andrew Muir, has made a commitment to the Assembly that he will now bring forward recommendations, including, importantly, also reviewing the burn period for countryside management. I think that's really important, and we'll await what he has to say in the weeks ahead.
And as we stand here this evening, those plumes of smoke are still so obvious, and we think about those officers, more than 30, almost 40 of them, up battling that blaze right now. It is beautiful sunshine tonight, but that doesn't make for great working conditions, and the ground below those officers is so dry it's a tinderbox, and there's no end at this stage in sight.